We're just past the middle of June now, and so many berries are growing and starting to ripen. These little guys are framberries. They are strawberries that taste a bit like raspberry. So I'm looking forward to trying these guys. It's the first year we've had them. But what I really want to show you today is some that are actually ripening now. We move over here. Oh, I've also got some pine berries here. Let's have a look how they're doing. Little pine berries. They are strawberries that taste of pineapple. They are so good. They stay white and they have little red berries, little red seeds, I should say. And they're not quite ripe yet. They're still very small. But as I said, I want to show you something else. And it's not these little guys. These guys are wild strawberries. They're so delicious. They're tiny and just have like a really strong strawberry flavor that tastes like really condensed strawberries. Really, really, really delicious. But again, it's not what I want to show you. I want to show you something that's hidden down here. If I can make my way into the flower bed. We've got some beautiful black currants. When you get this close, you can just really smell this amazing black currant scent. Here in the UK, there's this drink that they make for children, like a squash drink, like a soft drink, cordial, called Ribena, and that's what this smells like just down here. Because they make it out of the main, I think actually they use most of the black currant harvested in this country is probably used for Ribena. You see how these black currants, they grow on little strands there? So you can pick the whole thing off. Usually, eventually the whole thing will ripen and you can just get the whole thing and then just clean them in the house. But I can see that a few of these have ripened already. So I'll just pick the ripened ones off because I want to show you just how big these ones are. This is a special, very large cultivar called Big Ben, and it's marketed as being 3 times the size of regular currants. So I thought we could compare them to other currants that we have, because currants come in so many sizes and colors. So here we have some white currants, and they're just perfectly ripe now. They're almost turning a little bit yellow. They are very popular with birds, and most currants are actually, so it's really a good idea to net them. Next year I'll hopefully have many more, and I will be netting them as soon as they set, because you can just see how the birds have just picked off most of them. Clever little things. I always say birds have excellent taste. They can always see the best berries, and they always get to the strawberries before I even get them either, so very clever things. They know exactly what's ripening and they just pick them as they do. But I'll get a few of these and we can compare them to the Big Ben black currants in size. So here you can see the size difference. It's really noticeable. The black ones are so much bigger than the little dainty white ones. I think usually when you pick them, the black ones are a bit larger than the white ones, but these ones are specifically grown to be extra large, and they're also extra tasty. They're really good to eat completely straight off the bush, raw. No need to add any sugar. They've got really sweet, strong flavor. And the white ones are also really, really delicious. They're a little bit acidic, but very sweet. Just have a really good balanced flavor. I really like them. They're a little bit like grapes, but also have a flavor all of their own. If I take them inside, I can show you just how they look inside. Here they are. I've cut one of each open so we can see how they look on the inside. And immediately I think that the black currant looks so much like a grape. A very seeded grape. And you got the little white currant, which has noticeably really quite large seeds compared to the amount of fruit pulp in there. But they're both so good, so delicious. I would highly recommend growing these in the garden. As I said, the white one, super balanced, super sweet with a bit of acidity there. And then the black currant, just like a really good black currant. It's hard to describe flavors, but they're definitely some that are so good to grow in the garden. I mean, you really get big crops once they get going. I think by next year, which will be the 3rd year in the garden, I'll get a really decent sized crop. Even now, there's quite a few berries on, considering they've only been in for 1 year and they're just, quite small. They will spread out, and they grow, obviously they grow upwards. So for a small garden, they're perfect because they don't take up that much space. They just grow vertically, which is such a useful thing. And they also can grow quite good in pots, many of them. So that's also worthwhile thinking about if that's what you prefer to do. I know I'm going to probably take some cuttings. When I do some pruning, I'll take some cuttings. And they say that cuttings can take about up to 3 years to start fruiting. But they're free, aren't they? So you can just really increase your berry stock. And I'll take a few cuttings and I'll try to grow them in pots too. Because as I've said before, my sunniest spot is the patio, which doesn't have any, I mean, you can't, there's some areas around the patio where I also have the black currants that you can grow things and they're in enough sun, but the patio is really a sunny spot. So I want to grow as much as I can in pots. So I'll do some of that, but yeah, they're really amazing, amazing berries to grow.